Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Dynasty, and of course, I'm here with.
Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior.
And today we got for you guys a nice little conversation podcast type thing talking about Injustice 2. Now, some of you guys may or may not know this, but me and History Behind the Warrior have been collabing with True Underdog Gaming for actually like a month and a half or so now, and we record these podcasts once every couple weeks, pretty much like a news roundup for Injustice 2, and usually post them on his channel, and we're going to post this one on here so you guys do know that, hey, there is a podcast with Dynasty in development every once in a while. So so today we're going to talk about some Injustice 2 news, or I guess teases really, made from Ed Boon, his Twitter account, because lately we were getting like absolutely no news, but then this last week and a half, Ed Boon has just been like super crazy with the hints and teases
He's gone
on
mad.
Twitter. Yeah, it's
He's
insane.
gone mad.
So we're gonna talk about that, guys. So let's get into it. So first things first, we got a ton of guest characters coming to Injustice 2.
Oh god.
That seems to be pretty obvious at this point. It's crazy because like back in June and July, he seems very open to guest characters being in the game. Of course, like he was getting interviewed by IGN and stuff, and now it's pretty apparent that Spawn or Sub-Zero or both really are gonna be inside Injustice 2. Now, what do you think about this? Because me, I'm okay with it, and that might rub some people the wrong way, but what do you think of this, honestly?
I think it's a great way of marketing the game. I do like the idea of Spawn finally being in the game, because I feel like although he fits really well into Mortal Kombat, like Injustice is like a superhero fighter game, so he would obviously transition quite well into it since he's like anti-hero. As for Mortal Kombat, I feel like that for the most part, it's a very, I'm not saying it's boring, it's a bit of a dying gimmick. And I feel like a lot of people do enjoy guest characters for the most part, but ever since the saturation of it, I feel like it's put a lot of people off. And I know that a lot of people on the competitive circuit, like who actually wanted Spawn to be in Mortal Kombat X, aren't really happy with him transitioning over into Injustice. So it's a bit of a flimsy thing. I'm okay with it. Would I want like Sub-Zero out for someone else? Most certainly.
Really?
But
Like who?
I can't really think of it off the top of my head. But
Like
it's
another
just,
MK character, or just like another guest
no,
character in general?
just another guest character in general. Just maybe even something from Dark Horse Comics. Just something that's comic book related. But it just feels kind of lazy when they chuck in just a Mortal Kombat character.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's crazy because he claims that, Scorpion was the highest selling DLC in the first Injustice game. So that's like their whole thing. You're like, oh, well, obviously they want a Mortal Kombat character in Injustice. And I still remember, all the hate that Scorpion got when it was revealed he's going to be a DLC character back in the first game. So honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm kind of just used to it now. Obviously, I mean, if we could have another DC character in there over a guest character, cool. But if not, I mean, fuck it. I'm going to use the guy anyway. So I'm indifferent on the subject. I mean, now I just know it's kind of their thing to do to make some money. They got to make their money back somehow, and they got to appeal to casual people. So these guest characters give them both, of those options, cash and appeal to people. So I don't know. I'm fine with it. As long as Spawn's in the game, I'd be super stoked, because that guy I want to see for, quite some time in like a NetherRealm Studios midway title. So that'd be pretty sick. But guest characters, guys. What do you think of them? Of course, let us know down below. Who do you want to see? But let's talk about something else. Now that we're talking about Injustice, Mortal Kombat, and guest characters and all this fun stuff, really quickly, I want to touch on something we're doing this weekend. As a matter of fact, we're doing a charity stream. Now, History Behind the Warrior is actually the one who came up with this great idea. We got a bunch of other YouTubers and people in the FGC involved. We got Ketchup, I believe. We got Miss Laura Croft. We got True Underdog. We got myself. We got History Behind the Warrior. And you want to go more in depth about what we're gonna do this weekend, or like what the charity we're actually donating our I guess time and effort and our donations to and stuff like that?
Yeah. Basically, what we're doing is that we're doing a 24-hour stream. It's gonna start about 2 p.m. UK time, and it's gonna end 8 a.m. US time. I'm not sure exactly what the time is.
Yeah, pretty much, guys. It's like Saturday, like midday Saturday to like super early in the morning Sunday morning. If you're in the US, that's like the time period. So all Saturday and a lot of Sunday.
Yeah, so it's gonna start off with myself. It's gonna transition over to Ketchup. Miss Laura Croft, Shaun the Dog Gaming, and it's going to close with Dynasty. We're going to try diverting all of the traffic from each channel across. It's going to be messy, but it's going to be a great way of kind of giving back to the fans, and it's also a great way of kind of being able to interact with us, because we do love to interact with our fans, and it's very hard to do that when it's in the comment section, because a lot of people, like, I don't ignore my comments all the time, but they can get quite cancerous. So definitely keep an eye out for the stream, because like I said, great way of talking to us. And definitely do take the time to actually look at the donation page we've put up, because it's a great charity. We're donating money towards a charity called Special Effect. Now, what Special Effect does is that it's a facility that kind of helps young it's children really, who are either mentally or physically disabled. And what they do is that the facility they run has video games. So what they do is that they let the kids come together and just kind of play with each other on the video games. It allows them to kind of develop social skills and become essentially really good friends, especially in their young lives. So definitely do check that out. I personally think that it's one of the best charities in the UK right now, and I think it's going to help these kids out a lot in the future.
Yeah, and you guys, you don't have to donate, but if you got a couple bucks laying around, I mean, it's for a good cause. Like, you know, like we said, it's a chance for us to interact with you and, of course, do something like this that usually wouldn't be possible by ourselves. So if all of us working together, we could actually make, like, this donation to this charity, like, a pretty cool donation, like a pretty, you know, hefty amount, and make a actual difference, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty stoked for this. I've never done a charity stream, so it'd be my first. Like I said, if you have a few, you know, dollars laying around, you want to come hang out, you know, play some matches against myself or the other guys, and female, you guys are more than welcome to come and play some matches. And of course, like I said, help out a good cause. But yes, that's taking place Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably post on, you know, Twitter the schedule and stuff like that. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, of course, link down below. Maybe I'll have an image right here, bam, somewhere here of like the times, you know, the time schedule. If not, no worries. But Saturday, Sunday, we'll keep you guys up to date. But yeah, that's this weekend. Now we're going to talk about something I think is worth talking about. The first week of December is PlayStation Experience. Now, do you think that's going to be when we see a new character or characters get revealed for Injustice 2?
To keep the game's hype and to keep basically the hype train going, they really, really do need to do this. Because, like, Ed Boon said nothing for God knows how long.
3 months.
And 1 week,
it's been 3 months.
And 1 week before this, all of a sudden, he's become a madman and hasn't kept his mouth shut, really. And he's just been going around talking all of this stuff about Injustice 2. So there's a lot of fingers basically pointing at that event. So I definitely keep my eyes out for it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I posted a video on this, guys. I talked about it a lot more in depth, and pretty cool because if you go to the actual PlayStation Experience website, WB is going to be there. So I know they have some developers there, and NetherRealm's not listed, but I mean, if they're going to kind of surprise us, really, they're probably not going to want to be listed there on, like, developer list. But I think if there was a chance, this would be a perfect opportunity, because like he said, it's been like 3 months since the last character reveal, so this would be, like, perfect, honestly. And, you know, in terms of characters we'd see, I think, honestly, character like the Flash, who's already been confirmed from like the get-go, yeah, I think the Flash would be a character they showcase. As for like a second character, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a female or like a returning character. Then again, I could be completely wrong. Who do you think? Obviously the Flash, but like who else would you assume would be a character they're gonna showcase?
Well, there's been nods to
There's been Catwoman.
Dr. Fate.
There's been
Catwoman.
There's been.
They might show off guest character. Who knows? He's been hinting a lot for the last few weeks. Maybe we might see a little bit of a teaser at it like we did with the Kombat Pack 1. Like, maybe just something showing off a little bit like that. Yeah, like right after, like, they showed a release date
for,
or something.
I think it was for Predator, wasn't it? There was, like, a 2-second little clip of, like, him, like, coming out and then he just, like, disappeared.
Yeah, just everyone just going into the hype train of just walking forward.
Yeah, I think he mentioned Beast Boy was Catwoman.
Starfire might.
Starfire, yes, Starfire could very well be one. That would be sick, actually.
She's been teased for a while,
several times.
Keep an eye out.
Damn, that would be pretty sick. The Flash and Starfire, that'd be pretty cool. You know,
that would be really.
That'd be
nice.
solid. That'd honestly be pretty solid. So yeah, guys, this I think it's December 4th and this to the 7th, maybe. It's like the first week of December. PlayStation Experience. Expect, I think, to see something, and if not, well then I think we're shut out of luck because like the next big event is PAX South, which I'll be at. It's in San Antonio, Texas. So if you guys want to go. You can meet me there. And they every once in a while debut stuff at PAX. So maybe around PAX, it's like January 20 something. It's like the end of January. So I mean, there are some events coming up, guys, but I think this is like the biggest one, the biggest opportunity. So, yeah, character reveal opportunities, December first week. I think that's possible. Now, what else can we talk about here really quickly? We already talked about guest characters. We talked about characters being hinted at and teased. Is there a certain character right now that he's talked about and teased that you really want to see, or is there one that you don't want to see? Because honestly, when I saw him say Beast Boy was like a very cool idea, I got pretty stoked for that because I'm a pretty big Teen Titans fan, and the idea of seeing like Beast Boy transforming into all these animals in this game, I think would be so sick. Just seeing the animations for it would be insane. I think that'd be super duper cool. But like you mentioned, Starfire. Honestly, I'd be stoked for that as well. But is there a certain character that you want to see that he's like kind of alluded to or nodded to?
I'm not entirely too sure. To be fair, I'm quite happy with how the game is now. I'm just hoping they don't add in a character that's basically just a throwaway character. For the most part, the only character I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing is the Flash, and that's because I'm genuinely hoping that they put like some Godspeed looking armor on him, because that's gonna look freaking amazing.
You can almost guarantee at this point with like the gear system how they've said that certain characters are gonna make cameos to the gear, like Reverse Flash is gonna be in there. So many people are gonna like pop out through that gear system. So
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty stoked for that, honestly. Do you want to talk about the Mortal Kombat movie for a split second if you want?
Yeah, of course. Well, we have heard some news about it. The most that I know about it is that James Wan's gonna be there, who did like all of the Conjuring stuff, which is fantastic. So
yes, he's one of the few modern day like horror directors that actually pulls some pretty cool stuff off. So that's pretty exciting.
So I definitely really have it's definitely up there for my most like want to see movies. But in saying that, if they're gonna bring in some actors and stuff, I don't want it to be completely Americanized, if you understand what I mean. It was like the same problem they had with Ghost in the Shell. I'm not saying that the main character can't be a certain ethnicity, but it's just good to kind of mix it up, and I don't want,
No, it makes sense.
Sub-Zero being a British guy when he comes from, the Oriental side of the world.
No, it makes sense.
Plus, I feel like if they were to make a Mortal Kombat movie, get the people who choreograph Ip Man or The Raid. Like, you have a fantastic movie.
Definitely.
Like, straight up.
Now, I'm excited, obviously, for this film because it's been in talks for a couple of years now, and Boon's now acknowledged it, which means it's pretty much in production or close to be. And then, of course, you got James Wan producing, but they got this director. His name's Simon McQuaid, and he's never directed a movie in his life. So this is going to be, like, his first full feature film he's directing. He's known for, like, a commercial director type of guy. And, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather have, obviously, James Wan directing, he is producing, but this guy's apparently, like, the real deal. He's done great commercials for, like, Range Rover, these humongous companies, and apparently he's, like, in high demand, and this is just, like, him wanting to do a Mortal Kombat film, so I'm not sure this is going to go. It's a first-time director. I'm sure in the past there's been great movies from first-time directors, but that's the only thing I'm kind of iffy about, and honestly, I just hope it's kind of dark and gritty. Kind of like the Mortal Kombat Rebirth trailer that was made, years ago. You remember that? Where Johnny Cage got killed by Baraka?
Yeah, he got his head sliced off.
Yeah, it was like dark, gritty, realistic, and then of course they had Legacy after that. I hope it's more on the dark, gritty side. Legacy was great, honestly. I loved it. If it's anything like that, I think it's going to be fucking fantastic, and I'm stoked, honestly. I'm pretty stoked.
Definitely happy to see it in production. But, quick talk, actually, about Injustice in a second, but carry on.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't get released like in 2018 or like 2019. That would be like just kind of a bummer, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that. But no, this is something I wanted to talk about. I thought about this just before we started off the podcast, and that was about the microtransactions that we were talking about in the previous one.
By the way, guys, this is like, if we're all over the place, it's because we're literally like in the span of 5 minutes. I was like, yo, you want to record a podcast real quick? So we're kind of just like gunning this real quick. Yeah, we're kind of just going all over the place because it's like off the top. We have no notes. Usually it's a lot more organized. We go for like 45 minutes. This is going to be like 25 minutes or so.
You think our podcasts are organized?
They're pretty organized. Usually we have bullet points on what we're going to talk about. Here it's just like, what can we talk about? Because
Topic, go.
All right, pretty much. Yeah, but what were you saying about microtransactions in Injustice 2?
No, because I thought about this earlier because I was playing some Mortal Kombat, and this kind of does make sense. Now, obviously, they've incorporated the gear system within the game, which is pretty much an essential part of the game. Am I it's just part of it?
It's the main
isn't
part.
it?
Yeah, it's the main part.
Yeah. Well, what was also a part of Mortal Kombat X that's always been a main part of it, but they slapped microtransactions on it? Quick fatalities.
Fatalities, yeah.
Exactly. So, you think there's a possibility of the armor system kind of getting a microtransaction slapped on it, or?
I've always said that there was, and I know True Underdog thinks that there's not going to be. I think we talked about this last time, and he was like, no, I think they know better than to do that. But honestly, I think there's going to be. I think there's going to be, essentially gear packs that you can pay for. I mean, I think it's going to happen. At this point, I think it's going to happen. We saw them do it for, I mean, come on. Fatalities? Really? Quick fatalities? Like,
I know.
you want to pay $5 for, what was it, like 20 or like 50 fatalities? It's like, really?
4-button input. Go nuts. Yeah.
So bad.
Go nuts.
So bad. I mean, and Boon had his reasoning in an interview, if I'm not mistaken. He said something along the lines like, oh, I mean, some people just cannot pull off a fatality. But at the same time, it's just like, well, dude, why are you going to charge them to do this? Like, make it easier.
Yeah.
Make them earn these. I know you could earn them every once in a while doing, like, the ladders and the crypts and stuff. But still, like, you got, like, one every other hour. And come on. Like, the whole point of Mortal Kombat's fatalities and brutalities and blood and gore and guts. And to have to pay for that was really a big deal. I know Angry Joe is not happy about that. He did his little Angry Joe review back then. He went off. And honestly, I would not be surprised if something that tedious would be brought back to Injustice 2 in, like, the gear system where it's like, okay, your favorite character is Batman. This is the, most expensive Batman, I don't know, Batarang you can get. Hey, drop $10, you can have it. I think it's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to happen. Every game at this point has some sort of microtransactions. I mean, it works in some games, but then again, this game's kind of all about the gear system. So I think it's going to be, obviously, pay to win to an extent. Obviously, they have the ranked, I guess, the competitive online matches where the gear system does absolutely nothing. It's just straight, regular, stats all across the board. So, I mean, give and take. If you don't want to mess with the gear system, play nothing but ranked. If you want to, go drop $100 and have the Harambe, helmet for Gorilla Grodd that gives you 100%, damage boost. Go play player matches and show off your fucking microtransaction purchases. But yeah, I think it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, but I think it's gonna happen.
Well, it kind of does make sense for it to be in the game because it's pretty much in every single game now. So I wouldn't be surprised.
It's insane though how much it's changed. Like it's crazy. Like to think
it was
that,
shunned, now it's accepted, and that's a problem.
And it's crazy because I still haven't gotten around to that in my mind where it's like, okay, microtransactions. Like I just bought Gears of War for $100, and all I got was like microtransaction skins. Like what? You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, man. Like times have changed definitely, and it's weird because like I mentioned, every game now has microtransactions and skins. And it's going to be just like that for Injustice 2. Just watch and see, guys. Warner Brothers is probably breathing down Ed Boon and Netherrealm's, throats, their necks, like, hey, make sure you put some crates in this bitch. So, yeah. So I think we're going to have to, be optimistic, I guess, and hope for the best.
Definitely.
But what else can we talk about here? Regarding Injustice 2, Watchmen characters, that might be happening.
Yeah, it seems like it will. He did a, poll, didn't he?
That was 2 days ago from the time we're recording this, and he's yet to actually come back and talk about it. Boon has not tweeted in 2 days, which is actually a shocker, considering he's been active for, like,
a week straight. Pretty much.
And usually with these voting polls, he, like, the next day comes out and talks about it, and he didn't do that, which is awfully weird. But right now, it's 74% people said they wanted to see Watchmen characters, and 26 said no. So safe to say, we're going to see Watchmen characters, or at least one Watchmen character, Rorschach, inside of Injustice 2. Now, I'm very curious how they pull that off. I mean, I mentioned this in my video yesterday, if you guys watched that, or 2 days ago. Watchmen universe is now, I guess, canon with the DC comic book universe. That lore, it's like canon. So these Watchmen characters wouldn't have to be necessarily guest characters, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty interesting. So who knows what can happen, but actually seeing like a Watchmen character it's like the Injustice timeline would be really weird, honestly. So I still think they'd probably take the route of guest character, and I mean, some people love it, some people hate it, but that'd be super cool, honestly. What do you think? Would you be cool seeing a Watchmen character inside of Injustice 2? Like, are you a fan of like the Watchmen series?
I don't particularly enjoy the Watchmen film, but I do enjoy the characters. That's
Okay,
my
cool.
problem.
The film was. I liked the film. It wasn't that bad. Come on, it was different. Was
I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder. Just look at Batman vs Superman. No offense to anyone who likes that film, but
Yeah, no, I got you.
you can't defend it too well. I liked the idea of some of the characters because some of them seem to be a fine twist of certain characters within the universe. There's a part of me that wants to see them in a game, and there's a part of me that wasn't, because I like Rorschach. Rorschach's probably my favorite character out of the entire film. But he's basically, how do I put this? Batman, if you were to take every drug under the sun, lose his shit, turn ginger, and go insane.
You're right. You're close. And I was thinking about that because, like, for the gear system, what gear could you give Rorschach, really? Like, are you going to just, like, change his cape? Like, the color of his cape? Yeah, I was trying to think about this.
Slightly change the ink blots on his face, so that way the blot that's on his eye is just above his eyebrow now.
So his accuracy's a bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if they really wanted to, they'll figure it out for guys like Rorschach or, like, Dr. Manhattan and stuff like that, and I'd be cool. I'd be cool and down for it. Honestly, I'm open to everything at this point. I just want more Injustice 2 content because it's been so dead lately, and seeing all this news is honestly a bit overwhelming. So, me, like you said, I mean, it'd be cool if they had their own standalone game, but, I mean, I think they did, actually. But, like, I mean, like a legit fighting game. But, obviously, I don't think that's ever going to happen. And if there was ever a chance for, like, a Watchmen character to be in a fighting game, it'd have to be through Injustice, so
Yeah.
I'm open to it. I mean, one, character like Rorschach, I don't think hurts the roster. If anything, I think it's a pretty cool selling point if, people are fans of Watchmen like that. So I'm down for it. I hope it happens. And, yeah, I mean, Injustice 2, we had no news for like 3 months. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Boon just came out and was like, yeah, I'm going to start answering questions about Injustice 2 and doing voting polls. So
Yeah, he just went crazy.
yeah, I feel like we're a lot closer than we've ever been to seeing a reveal, honestly. Like, if there was a chance, like, I'm beating a dead horse, I honestly think PlayStation Experience, first week of December, that has to be something, honestly. I hope so. I really do hope so. But anything else we can talk about really quick? Just wrap things up. Anything else you want to get off your mind?
Not that I can think of. I think for the most part we've covered everything very quickly about what's happened with Injustice 2. There's nothing that we really know of that might be different. Hopefully at the PlayStation event that's going on, we'll find out like the release date, because it's pretty much nearly Christmas now, and the games normally come out about April or May, but we don't know how much the strike has affected that. But hopefully we'll get a release date for it.
Can we talk about that really quickly?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's a great thing that you just said. Okay. So, well, for those who do not know, pretty much there is a union for voice actors that got together because they want better treatment from publishers and, I guess, game developing companies. These guys want better wages. They want resting, more hours of rest for their voice between, in like intervals. So they'll do like a 4-hour session. They want like 4 hours of non-recording, and they'll go back and do like another 4-hour session. They just pretty much want better treatment, so their voices don't get completely screwed up, and they get paid better than they're getting paid better now, because they feel like they're more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they have a bigger role than just being voice actors, in their eyes. And I mean, it's understandable. If that's your career, that's what you want to do. I mean, I get that completely. And because of that, they're on strike. They are on strike, and it's supposed to affect a lot of games made from, like, I think it's May 2015 forward, and it's a bunch of publishers. It's like EA Games, WB Games. There's like a list of like 10 or so publishers that are going to be affected by the strike. And I mean, these guys are crazy. They were out picketing outside EA Sports for a while. I think just a couple weeks ago they were picketing somewhere else. And because of that, many, including myself and some of the guys, I mean, I think you might have believed as well, it might have slowed down the production of Injustice 2, because without voice actors, how can they continue like the progress of like revealing characters? Because you guys do know, inside the reveal trailers, we see interaction, we see talking between the characters. Like, what are you supposed to do if you have like the Flash and Starfire ready, but you have no voice actors for these guys? You know what I mean? Like, you can't really do a reveal trailer and showcase characters with no voice. So
Yeah.
we all were under the assumption that this like strike was affecting the development, of course, the reveal dates for Injustice 2. And now Ed Boon claims it was never delayed. And to be fair, he has a point. Like, maybe the game was never delayed because of this, but I definitely think it delayed the reveals for it, because I think they already have like probably 4 or 5 characters, maybe 6 characters already fully finished, like wrapped up, ready to go, and they just don't have any voice actors right now. But I don't know. I still think it did have something to do with this like weird drought we've had. But then again, if we do see a character reveal or characters get revealed at PlayStation Experience, it's like, well, then how do they pull that out with no voice actors? So I don't know, honestly. I honestly do think it still affected them to some sort of like degree. But what do you think?
I think that it has affected them. I think that the voice actors weren't there. However, everyone was still creating their characters, fixing up the mechanics. Basically, it was still in production, even like without the voice actors. The game production would still be going even without them.
And you see, that's where technically Boon, he has the right to say, "Oh, the game was never delayed," because probably wasn't delayed. They probably continued making the characters they were planning on making, and they're just waiting for someone to go in there and plug in the voices.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna deal with this. Maybe have Ed Boon do voice acting again, or have someone from the back. Like, I have no clue. I mean, honestly, worst comes to worst. I mean, just have no communication throughout the trailer.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, just don't show them talking. Just have the characters just staring at each other nice and angrily, and just go at it. So I mean, there is ways around it. I mean, I guess if we see in this like upcoming reveal trailer, if there is one, there's no voice at all, like from any of these characters. I mean, I think we have an idea why. So honestly, I hope they do that. I hope there's just like no voice like at all between the, like no communication between like the Flash and like Starfire. If there's like a trailer for that, that'd be so funny. Because like we would know why, but
Yeah.
that'd be so funny. But yeah, this strike, we don't know if it affected them, guys. I mean, I still think it does, or it is. I can't even speak right now, guys. My mind's all over the place. I still think it has, and I still think it's going to continue to, but hopefully they can work something out with these guys, because, I mean, come on, they're people at the end of the day. They know that NetherRealm Studios, like, they're not responsible pretty much for, like, what they've got. It's all the publishers, I'm pretty sure, that actually pay these guys. So, I mean, come on, you got to know these voice actors are probably friends of, like, Ed Boon and the team there at NetherRealm, and the last thing they want to do is, like, affect those guys' jobs, you know what I mean? So, I think it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, like, we really want to work with you guys, but, big WB over there doesn't want to, treat us a bit better. So that's what I think's going on, honestly. So that's my take on that whole strike that's been going on for like 2 or so months now. But yeah, guys, that's this is just like a taste of what we do. Usually I'm not stuttering and going all over the place, but like we literally were just
made this up on the spot.
Guys, yeah, like this is all over the place, and it was like in a span of 5 minutes. I was like, "Hey, it's Thanksgiving. I know you're busy. I'm busy. Do you want to record a really quick podcast? Talk about some Injustice 2 news. Talk about a charity stream, and just get it out to the public." And thankfully, you were like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So here it is, and thankfully, we talked for a pretty decent amount of time. Actually, 30 minutes. I thought we were gonna go for like 20, so I can't complain too much. Give you guys some content here, and like I said, usually these go on for like 45 minutes to like an hour, and they're all posted on History Behind the Warriors channel. Maybe I'll start posting them here as well, and we'll all start like differentiating. Like one day it'll be posted on someone else's channel, which have spread around. We'll figure something out, but so that's pretty much it, guys. Of course, we're having our charity stream this weekend, and if you have a few dollars, you want to come make a donation to a great cause, you definitely should, because you have a chance to play against not only some great content creators, but also give back to those that are definitely not as fortunate as us. And it's Thanksgiving season, you know what I mean? Christmas is around the corner. If you have a few bucks, come on, it's for a good cause. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just charity stream this weekend. We talked about some Injustice 2 today. And of course, if you guys want more of these podcasts, a link to History Behind the Warriors channel down below. He has 2 of our other episodes down there, and they're like 45 minutes, so go play some Mortal Kombat, have your earbud in, listen to us talk and rant about what we do and do not like so far about Injustice 2, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much, guys. Thank you for coming by and watching this, and hopefully you'll see more podcasts from us.
Definitely. Anyways, till next time, I've been Dynasty. I'll see you guys later, and History Behind the Warrior.
See you guys.